There we go.
Welcome to another episode of the Cohesive Podcast. I'm here once again with my co-host, Daniel Lopez.
Good to see you.
Yeah. It's been a minute since we've been in here.
Yeah, you've been slacking. I've been wanting to do this and been telling you I wanted to do it, but
You've been working me, man. You've been working me a lot of work.
we got a lot to do. We're trying to finish up the van so that you can get on the road, and we were trying to finish up the last of the vans that we had to do for clients, and worked
Officially
out.
out of here.
Yeah, it's time.
Just working on ours so we can start going down south, fishing some more. I want to fish Port Isabel, all those places.
Are you ready, like mentally, to do it?
I say I am, but I don't honestly know if I don't know. I've never lived in a van, so I don't know how it's going to be. I think I can do it. I think I can be out for a month.
You can do it. You can do it. I think, especially since I know that you're mentally now you're in the right place. Not that you weren't before, but I think now you're stronger than you ever have been, especially with the whole weight thing. You've lost how much?
I've lost 55 pounds in the past 6 weeks.
I noticed that you're even wearing. I noticed because you're wearing different clothes.
Yeah, different size shirt. So that's good. I'm a little worried about that part, sticking to the diet, especially being on the road and finding somewhere to, go run or maybe hopping into a gym or something. Like, just getting a 1 day pass or something. So I'm a little worried about that. But I think if I do a couple catch and cooks, it'd be great for the video, great for my health, just cooking fish and, scrambled eggs in the morning.
So real quick, how did you get, like, kind of explain what happened for the viewers? Just kind of tell them the gist of what happened, but then more importantly, tell them how you did it, because the doctor wanted to put you on The doctor wanted to put you on medication, but then you kind of went around that.
Well, they did put me on metformin, but I haven't taken it in the past 3 weeks, and then my sugar level's still good. What happened was I wasn't feeling good. I was feeling like tired all the time, man, and I didn't get any sleep, like at all. Like I would go to sleep and I'd wake up 2-3 times a night to use the restroom or just wake up in the middle of the night. And I was like, man, like I know I'm about to go on the road, as soon as we finish this van. So I really need to get myself checked out, make sure I'm good. Because I know, us men, we leave it off. We're like, yeah, until it's broken. Until something's broken, we don't show up to the doctor.
Yep.
So I went in, they tested my sugar levels, and they were high. They were like 380. They were like, I think above 150 is like diabetic.
Man, that's high, man.
Yeah,
that's
so
high.
I'm pretty much told me, hey man, you're diabetic, and they were all scared. They were like, we're gonna inject you with some insulin, and if it doesn't go down, you're gonna have to go to the ER, because I went to like a little small doctor, and luckily it went down. They did a bunch of blood work and stuff. I came in the next week. They're like, okay, this is what you have. You're diabetic, blah blah. They put me on metformin, and for the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks I took it, but then since then I've kind of stopped. But just eating right, man.
Well, I know, like, after the 2 weeks, you went back and they tested your blood sugar again, and it was
98.
Yeah, which they were like, what? So
Yeah,
but you totally went from the way you were eating and the way you were living and just changed it overnight. So how did you do that mentally? Because for me, like, I've tried, diets over, and I always let, work get in the way. But how did you do that mentally? Get rid of something that you've done forever.
Well, I know a lot of people that not in my family, but like family friends that have diabetes, and they've chopped up limbs, man. And I started thinking, like, dude, am I really gonna lose a foot, a toe over what I put in my mouth? And I'm like, nah, I can't. That's not the way I'm going out. And then I remember, like, seeing my dad with the cancer in his last days and how bad it got. And I was like, I don't want that either. Like, I don't want any of that stuff. So I just made a mental note. I was like, you got to stop.
Man, that's crazy.
I've always been really good at, like, stop. Like I don't drink anymore. You know, I just quit that cold turkey. I quit everything all the vices that I've ever had. I've always been very good at just quitting cold turkey.
Yeah, I figured I had something to do with it because I was complaining about your breathing. I was like, bro, I was like on the edits, bro, I can't. Your breathing is too hard.
This is a hot take, but bullying works. I think you should bully your fat friend into losing some weight.
So now you're gonna bully
So now
me.
I'm bullying you because you can't be stopping at Whataburger every trip we take.
But well, so here's the thing. There, for me, it's hard to find things to eat. So even like my daily, with, what I do at work and stuff. For lunchtime, I got to get out or something. It's kind of like, okay, well, where are you going to go eat? Well, there's only fast food everywhere. So unless you're like bringing your food, so what are you eating?
Bro, okay, first of all, those are excuses. Second of all, what I'm eating, like in the morning, or I don't eat nothing, so I don't eat till lunch. So then I go, luckily I work by the house. I go home, I make me some eggs. Like I eat like 5 eggs in the morning, almost every morning, eggs. I love eggs. Luckily I can eat that all day long. And then in the afternoon, I'll have some sort of protein, whether it be chicken, steak, or fish, with some vegetables. Sometimes a little bit of brown rice, but just a little bit. And then my snacks are watermelon, strawberries, and nuts.
And that's all you've been eating?
Yeah. I never get hungry anymore.
Because it seems like it's maybe been 6 weeks.
Yeah, it has. I completely cut out carbs. The only carbs I eat are from vegetables and brown rice. But even when I get brown rice, it's very little. And then beans, because I'm Mexican. I still got to eat beans.
Bro, I'm telling you, just looking at you, because I don't see you every day anymore. But even your skin, like your complexion changed up, that you're not even eating the evil stuff anymore.
Bro, I'm still big right now. Just wait till I get under like 280.
Fighting weight?
Fighting weight? Wait till I get to fighting weight.
What were you telling me that you got to be
No, because you were like, oh, you need to start training so you can take a smoker. I'm like, bro, there's no way at my size. Everybody my size is like 6'4". That weighs as much as I do.
So you have to be under what?
Under 200
to be able to fight.
I'm not taking a fight, bro. I'm 33.
I mean, just one.
I'm 33. I'm gonna get injured. But let me take it back. You're making excuses about going to lunch and stuff. What was the story you told me the other day, or that Diana said that you will call ahead and ask her what she made, and if you don't like it, you'll stop somewhere to eat food.
Well, that's because, so there's something that when we got married, I told her, hey, look, she'd ask me about something. I'd be like, hey, call my mom. Call my mom. She'll tell you how to make it, how I like it, whatever, the different types of food. So she would make it, and she'd be like, what do you think? And I told her from the beginning I wasn't going to lie to her. I wasn't going to say I like something if I didn't like it. So there's things that whenever she tries something new, I make sure that I got a backup, because if it doesn't go well, I'm not gonna eat if I don't like it.
That's such a fat guy thing to do, because I used to do the same thing. Like if I won't go home and like they made something I didn't like I knew they were gonna make that from the morning, I would stop at McDonald's, give me a Mac Double.
Yeah, I mean I don't stop, at those. I mean I stop at good places, but I do. I gotta know what she's gonna. Because if I know I don't like it.
Yeah, but that's going to defeat the purpose of you dieting, because you're going to call and you're going to be like, what'd you make? And she's going to be like,
no, I don't do that all.
Stuff.
I did that more when Diego was with us, because he was wrestling. We could only eat, like he suffered, everybody suffered.
That's how it is right now in my household.
Salmon, everything. It's like, oh my God, I can't eat salmon again, So that's the only thing there. But as far as like eating out, like, so you're not eating out at all then?
No, the only thing I'll eat like
Chipotle,
no rice, and then I'll eat wings.
Dang.
Like hot wings.
Well, I think you
but
definitely
no fries, no nothing.
I think you definitely kept yourself from dying early. And so I went to a wake the other day. My dad's buddy, one of my dad's old drinking buddies, passed. And I didn't even know like he was sick or anything. We went there and found out, he was 69 or whatever, which is kind of young to die. But we went to his wake, And it was kind of crazy, man, because it's been a long time since I don't like to go to funerals. I kind of find an excuse not to go as much as I can. You know, I don't want to be there.
That's messed up.
I just don't. I'll find, believe me, if I get invited, I'm probably not going to be there. But for this one, I wanted to go because this guy, which was one of my dad's buddies, I grew up. I had summers playing. He's a cousin's cousin of mine. So I grew up, you know, hanging out at his house in the summers. You know, he was one of the first machismo guys that I saw growing up.
Machista. He's machista.
Machismo.
I guess.
And so, like, I saw how the guy was supposed to act, you know, in the household and stuff like that. I saw that, which was exactly the way my dad was, you know. So that generation, I saw that, and that was all, you know, that's what I grew up with. So he was one of the original guys. So, but the weird thing is, being at that wake, there's nobody left. Like, I was sitting there next to my dad, my mom, and Diana, and I'm looking around, and literally the guy that passed away is one of the last of my dad's old drinking buddies. I looked around there. There's nobody left. So it's crazy to think. It made me think about, like, okay, so when I get older, I don't really have a lot of, like, my family was smaller. Like, back then, you know, everybody used to have 10, 11, 12, 13 brothers, you know, sisters. It's not like that anymore. So, like, I got one sister, you know, and I see her on holidays, you know, stuff like that. We don't have big families and stuff. So when I get older, the only thing that'll kind of be there is the friends that I've made over time, you know. And I don't think it's going to be that many people. So
you could be nobody at yours.
Yeah. So I was telling Diana, I was like, I ain't going out like this. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm not going to have one of these. When I pass, it's going to be, hey, I heard he left on a trip, or, hey, that guy, you know, I heard Daniel went to go do something in the Amazon. He just never came back. Like, that's it. Just walk into the forest, you know?
You say that now, but when my dad died and I saw, like, all the friends that were still left, because like you were saying, a lot of them had passed already too.
But he was younger.
He was in his late 50s.
Yeah, so that's a lot younger.
It was cool seeing people that considered him a friend go and pay their respects.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool too that, like, he was so beloved that place was packed. Like, you went.
Really?
That place was packed.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when we buried him, the cemetery was packed. So
Man,
it made me feel
yeah.
good, you know, that, like, in some way he touched them enough for them to come out and, you know, pay the last respects.
I don't think it's going to be like that for me, though. Like,
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I just and you know, the other thing is, I don't really want to waste people's time, cause really, like, so we went. They did the whole the rosary thing. They did I get it, but I didn't even know I don't know the words. I don't know.
You gotta get closer to God.
They gave you the little sheet and stuff, and man, I don't know none of that stuff. So Diana, she went to Catholic college, so man, she was, you know, showing me up. You know, she didn't even have to use the paper, and I'm sitting here mumbling, trying to lip sync, you know. But I don't know, man. I don't think it's gonna be like that for me.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it was sad seeing that, because I think the older you get, you can outlive your friends, like, and your family.
Dude, since my dad died, there's been, I think, 3 of his drinking buddies that have passed, and one of them's in the hospital right now. All drinking friends. They're all sick. But I saw a statistic: 1 in 5 men die by the age of 55. That is crazy. It's what we eat. We eat horribly, and then we drink. Especially our culture, man. They love to drink.
Yeah, I don't drink.
I don't drink anymore. That helps. I don't have any vices. I don't smoke. I don't do anything.
So now that your health has changed, you feel a lot better?
Yeah. Like I was saying, like, dude, I would wake up like 3-4 times a night. I sleep through the whole night now. I feel like I have so much energy. Like, I'm starting to jog, go walking and jog.
That caught me off guard yesterday, because I called you and you were like, hey, let me call you back. And I'm like, okay, I'm jogging. I'm like, you're jogging?
Yeah, 3 miles yesterday.
I told Diana, and Diana, see, that's the double-edged sword, right? Because I said something to her. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's jogging. She's like, oh, you should be doing that, this and that. And I'm like, I ain't got time right now.
You do got time.
I'm going to go back to jiu-jitsu.
You've been telling me you're going back to jiu-jitsu for 2 years now.
I'll go back.
And you went back for one class.
I did.
And then you never went again. You just completely stopped.
I need to do it again.
If I wasn't going on these trips, I would go back to something like that. I'd go back to jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or something.
So do you think that with your sleeping and stuff, do you think you still snores loud?
Why you got to bring that up on the podcast, bro?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I probably still snore.
Well,
I probably have sleep apnea, bro.
Because I'm still going to be going down to visit wherever you're at fishing. I'm going to go there and visit you that weekend. But we're probably going to have to get a hotel, and I'm still going to have to sleep in the same room.
Did I snore a lot last time?
Yeah.
Last week or 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago. Yeah.
3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was loud. You don't remember?
Oh, yeah, because I can hear my snore. You did wake me up at one point.
Like,
you're like, hey, you got to shut up.
I was like, you got to do something, man.
Yeah.
But that was, that could also have been the type of room with everything we were breathing.
Where you took me to that crappy motel.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad except for the tile that was breaking off in the restroom. There was I swear, I was taking a shower and I was having nightmares of me falling through that floor. like in a movie, just boom, and I land in somebody else's room. That would have been hell.
Well, I got, I've been looking a little bit more, and I told you, I know you're going on the road and stuff, so I've been looking more into the AI stuff to kind of help you where you're going to be and stuff, and I just need to put it together. I need to figure out how I'm going to set the server up so that it can tell you where to go and stuff, but...
Dude, the other day, since you talked to me about that 70-degree weather, I typed it into Gemini or whatever, the AI, and they gave me like a list of where and what time of the year it's 70 degrees. That is crazy.
Yeah, because basically, like in the van, you've got enough power to run your AC, but you can't just sit there and run it days on end when it's 88 degrees outside or whatever. You're gonna have to plug in. You're gonna have to plug in at a campground or something like that. So if that's the case, it's better for you to go where it's going to be 70-degree weather, something like that. That would be a better situation for you to where you're not having to run that AC all the time. And it's nicer outside. Like there's no reason for you to be here in Texas when it's crazy hot. Just go to Colorado, drive to Oregon or California or something.
Area 51?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to camp right outside of Area 51, see if I see any aliens. There's a lot of talk about them right now. There's a lot of talk about them.
About what?
About aliens. Nobody's even listening because of all this war stuff, but there's a lot of talks about aliens.
What about them?
That they're real.
Oh, I know they're real, but
my take on it. I think they're angels and demons.
No, they're just aliens.
No, they're extra. How do you say that word? Extra dimensional beings.
Yeah, aliens.
Extra dimensional beings. Yeah, from the Bible, angels and demons. That's what I say.
I think that they're us
from the future.
From the future.
That's what Joe Rogan thinks. He thinks that the grays that you see are just humans that have been evolved for so long and they're coming back to watch us. But I doubt it. Angels and demons. That's what I'm going at.
I don't know about all that.
Bible prophecy, bro. There's some weird stuff going on.
So what else have you been up to?
Working. You have me working. Fishing. I love fishing.
You did something. So last week, was it last weekend? I was in Vegas again. I've been in Vegas twice in the last 2 months. And I'm there. I go to take a break. I'm at Starbucks. I give you a call. And I was like, hey, how'd fishing go? Because you told me you were going to go fishing. I knew the weather was going to be bad.
It was really bad, windy weather.
I was like, he's not going to catch anything. But whatever. And then you sent me the picture. You caught a big old red.
Yeah, like a 30-inch red. It wasn't fat, but it was long. And honestly, it was nice.
When you sent that to me, so I was happy being you know, my wife's doing this thing with the slot machine stuff right now. So we're spending a lot of time doing that.
Shout her out, man. Shout her out. Shout out to YouTube.
Yeah. Well, we're still getting it going. We'll see. But so she's kind of getting that, and I was happy being there with her. You know, I was having fun. I was watching her play the slot machines and stuff like that. And then I was, like I said, I was content on being there. But then when you showed me that picture, I was like, man, I wish I was back there fishing. Like that.
Dude,
I can't believe it was a 30-something inch red.
Dude, it was so packed that day. Like, I didn't even want to be there.
So where were y'all?
We like my little brother's friends were like, hey, we're going fishing at night. You want to come? And like in my head, I thought they were like legit fishermen. Like, I know it sounds wrong, but like us, like we fish. They're like, it was one guy that knew how to fish, and the rest of them were newbies. He was taking them out on their first time. So we had to help him a lot. So I was helping set up here, helping set up there, helping Junior set up. And the place was packed. We went to Seawolf Park. We went to the pier, though, because we were going to fish along the other little part right here where the channel is. And then there was just too much wind. There was 60-mile-an-hour winds. It was bad. And then so I finally start being able to fish, and all I'm catching is those gaff top. I hate those gaff top.
I don't like that.
And then out of nowhere, man, I start seeing that none of my shrimp they're not hitting any of the live shrimp. So I was like, what would Daniel do? I cut off the head, peeled the thing just like he's told me. I peeled the shrimp, put it on the hook, and bro, this red just
it didn't play with it. It just hit it and run.
It just hit it. It ran one way. It ran the other way. My rod is like it's one of the smaller rods.
Yeah.
So it's not like, it wasn't like one of those big surf rods or anything. And I'm fighting it, and it starts going underneath the pier into the pilings. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to lose this fish. I scream at Junior. I'm like, Junior, get the net. He's all freaked out because he's never used the net. He starts putting it down, and he misses it like the first 2 times. And I'm like, Junior, you better get this fish, or I ain't talking to you, man. I'm not talking to you the whole way home. I'm going to be upset if you lose my fish. Because it was a small 2-aught hook.
That's it?
That's it. On a big
It was a
fish.
circle hook.
Circle hook, though, yes.
Okay.
So they kind of set themselves.
Yeah.
So I was so worried about losing this fish, or my line snapping, or my rod, because my rod bent all the way. I was so worried about snapping it. I was like, man, please.
It's funner catching it on that.
Oh, yeah, it was so much fun. But it did take me like 15 minutes. Took me a little while. Nah, not 15, probably like 8. But you know, when
probably seemed longer.
But when you're in it, it seems longer. But so Junior finally gets it in the net. We bring it up, and I don't know this, but everybody started gathering around me, and then they just like all erupted into cheers whenever we got it up. I was like, man, that felt good.
It's different. It's a different kind of fight when you finesse them.
Yeah.
To get them up.
Yeah, it felt good because then everybody came. There was like some ladies taking pictures of the fish. Like, I'm holding the fish up, and they're taking pictures of the fish. It was cool.
That's really cool.
All right, guys, we had to take a little break because we have a special guest that came in the building. My boy Richie right here.
What's up, guys?
Good to see you again.
Everything good.
Everything's wonderful.
I'm excited.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
I got to tell a story real quick, guys. So Richard, I've known him for years and years and stuff. And he's kind of the guy that, kind of like in that, what was that movie, Pulp Fiction, where you bring in the wolf?
The wolf,
yeah. Right?
I like
that. So you know, things, you need something, you bring him in. He'll get it done. Basically, get stuff done. But one of the things that, you know, I see him, I go out to eat lunch with him the other day, and we're talking about podcast stuff. And I'm like, man, you know, he's telling me about the how he grew up and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you ought to podcast about that. So before the end of the lunch, he had already talked about it. We came up with a podcast name, and he's starting a podcast. So tell me a little bit about what it is, and kind of like what your ideas for it are.
So first and foremost, thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it. I want for this new podcast, the Orale podcast, right? you know, I've been having trouble saying that word ever since because I wanted it to come out naturally, and I say it all the time. And I'm finding out that, like, I'm having trouble with it. It's so
Orale?
weird. Orale. You know what I mean? And anyway, for the podcast, I want to bring attention to Houston because I feel like, you know, because I'm a big music buff, I listen to all kinds of music. I feel like the hip hop scene and just in general has kind of take a back seat to everybody else. So luckily, when in my past life, I used to be a graphic designer for all these musicians here.
I didn't know
in
that.
Houston. That's when I moved out to Houston, I don't know, 21 something years ago. So I still kept in contact. A lot of them are my good friends. So I plan on bringing them all on to the podcast and speak about how they feel the temperature is here in the music industry in Houston. And I'm sure they're going to have a great stories, right? They're going to have amazing stories. And yeah, I'm going to fill everybody in, but we're not going to have, it's not just going to be music. I have people, a lot, chefs, entrepreneurs. I'm going to do it all. It's no boundaries. It might be a little edgy sometimes. And if anybody gets offended, we're sorry, but we're going to talk real life. You know, the world today is just, you got to be careful what you say. Don't say this. Don't say that. I mean,
PC culture.
Yeah, you know, we're going to be respectful, but we're not going to hold anything back. We'll say it in a different way that, you know, hopefully people don't get offended, right? But yeah, that's my plan. That's my plan. I might have some orale moments. You know.
So
what was your
what does
orale
that
moment?
mean? What is so?
That's hard to explain.
See,
that's what I was gonna say.
That's a loaded question. First, what do you think it means?
Man, yes, because you can use it so many ways. Like you can be like orale, like what's up, or orale, like hurry up, or like
Yeah.
So, like I don't know.
It depends with your tone too. Like,
Yeah,
if
like-
you use it in a certain tone, it could be like, oh, wait a minute, maybe he's mad.
Well, I heard you say it. So, like, you were on the phone with a friend of yours back in L.A., and y'all ended y'all's conversation, orale. And I was like, and that literally gave, when I heard you say it and him say it, because you hadn't picked a name yet.
Right,
we were literally
right.
driving back from
Right.
lunch.
It was kind of like a good
it did
omen.
it again. Son of a gun.
I also think it's very generation to you guys, to like y'all's generation, because like that's kind of when it was invented, or I don't know when it was
I
invented.
think it was before that.
It's been around for
I think
a
it's your
very,
dad's
very long
generation.
time. Even my dad's generation. Sure. I grew up half and half in Texas and in California. Mostly, you know, as a child and teenager in California. So that culture over there
is very
It's very
Chicano,
different.
very Chicano, like
yeah,
like Suit from the Suit times.
Yeah. Southerners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, there's all kinds of vocabularies and sayings that, I mean, just in general, our vocabulary can mean different things, just how you deliver it, you know. But orale, you know, it's like, damn, that's just worldwide. I'll be very, very surprised if people out of our generation don't know about it. That's how fluent it is, at least in my culture, right? And I think if you grew up with people in my culture or been around us, they've heard it from mom or dad, or, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping it takes off. We got a really good feeling about this, and we're gonna bring people up, man. We're gonna show love to everybody. We're gonna put a spotlight on people. If you haven't been getting a spotlight, we're gonna give you a spotlight now, and yeah, let's do it.
It's pretty cool. I really did love the name. That's why I was like, when I heard y'all say that, I was like, is that name taken? I was like, it's got to be taken.
It reminds me of Eddie Guerrero.
Who's that?
The
He was a
WWE.
wrestler. It's because I was growing up and I was watching wrestling, and he was like the only Mexican. He was Mexican American that would get on the mic and he would always say orale at the end of, like, he would ring, he'd be like orale, and like he'd come out in the lowrider. So he was like the only one that you saw on TV that looked like us and represented for the culture, especially being from Texas. He was from El Paso.
So is it mainly a Cali thing, or is it a Texas? Is it, because I never heard it growing up, but I saw it like
I
in the
think
movies,
it's a
like,
word.
almost.
I think it's a word that is Hispanic or like Mexican, but I think it was made popular in California. I
Right.
believe.
And I also think that California culture kind of spreads out to El Paso, and it kind of stays
Yes,
there.
very much.
And
it doesn't come
and
over
here
here.
in Houston. It's different. You know, we got a bag of mixed nuts here. You know, because I've even was thrown off when I first got here. I was born here, first of all, so let's not. You know,
You
I'm
weren't.
from,
You weren't born here.
I was born in H Town, Channelview to be exact. Now, but yeah, man, you know, Channelview, what up? Now, what was I saying? Yeah, they're different. It is different out here. Like the vibe, the culture, I guess, if we want to say that.
No, it's definitely because like the Mexicans that I grew up weren't the low rider, weren't the the Chicano culture that's in California. It was more of like cowboy Mexican style that I grew up
Yeah,
with.
just earlier when you were talking about fishing, you didn't say fishing like I say fishing. You said fishing. You said,
Did I?
I love to fish.
No, I did not talk.
Yeah.
I don't talk like that.
You do
man.
kinda talk
It
like
came
that.
out.
I don't
It
wanna
came
say
out.
none
But
of
that's
this.
okay because that's Tex-Mex, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think out here people are proud to be Tex-Mex, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, out there they're proud to be Chicano, and I think it's one of the same.
I didn't like that word growing up.
Yeah, my parents,
I don't know
my,
why.
My parents, I don't think they ever used the word Chicano.
No.
That was a Cali thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah. If somebody wanted to be derogatory towards us, they'd be like pocho.
Pocho.
They'd
Well,
call
I
us
remember
pocho.
that, like, Kid Frost when I was a little kid. Kid Frost, that
Chicano.
song.
And I'm brown and proud.
Bro, it's
Yeah,
because
I remember that.
the only thing the only Hispanics you saw were gangsters in movies, and that's all LA culture. That's all California culture. The only rap you heard was pretty much LA based Hispanic rappers. It's the only type of stuff that was our culture that was on.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be interesting, you doing the Houston scene, because the podcast would be cool, but I think it can spread into, like, when you started telling me about it, I was like, man, you could literally do it on the road. You can be everywhere. You can set up, and like we were at the fishing show, saw there was a podcast at the fishing show.
Oh,
So
really?
like you could set up and be at a music festival or whatever.
That's funny because we saw a van outside the Chevrolet dealership. Do you see those big white vans that are out front? You see what I'm talking about? You can put a podcast center in there and just
Have you seen
drive.
Steve-O?
No.
Steve-O has a podcast where he does it out of a van.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well,
Yes.
genius minds think the same. You know.
I want to say Steve-O's a genius, but yeah.
Oh, you know.
He's more of a wild boy.
He's a
Marketing genius, though.
yeah.
Well, I'm excited that you're going to do it because I know that I kind of always have felt that, not saying you've been held back, but I think you just haven't had the time to go and do stuff, but we're getting older now. You got to make time.
Yeah.
But you're creative in all these different ways, and it seems like it'll be a good outlet for you.
Yeah.
And it's different. Like you're a different kind of person than.
It's gonna allow me to be myself. Like I'm myself at work, but that's not necessarily a good thing all the time.
Yeah.
But I can really just be me. This is my podcast, right? So they go by my rules. It's kind of not to be a
No. I get it. 100%.
to be an a-hole or anything, but just I can be a clown. I could be serious. I could be whatever I want. And this is going to be our world for anybody who's in it. And we're
I'm
going to do
excited.
it.
You're not going
It's
to
gonna be
pigeonhole yourself into one subject,
Absolutely
which is
not.
good because nobody really is just one thing in their life. There are a lot of different things.
When we made the call to my friend, we call him Wicked, right? That was his nickname in Los Angeles. And when I called him, he's one of the smartest guys out of the bunch. His cards were dealt different, right? And a lot of guys out there, their cards just wasn't a high card. But
starting
he's
point is
so
different.
smart. He can communicate so well. He could do so much more, but he's just always been on the back burner. You know what I mean? Because the way he looks, and yeah, we got tattoos. He got tattoos, and he's gonna be treated a certain way. But the guy is so smart. But that's what I want to expose in the podcast as well. is don't judge a book by its cover, you know, because these guys might look tough or rough or whatever you think they look like, but they're smart, they're intelligent, and they can actually bring some positivity in the world.
I think it's also a good time too, because I feel like as a culture, we're becoming the popular thing now in America. Like we're finally getting our
Our voice.
getting our voice. But there's not a lot of podcasters that are your age and that are doing it,
Right.
that have the lived experience. There's a lot of younger guys, and there is some older dudes in LA that have really good podcasts. And they talk about good stuff, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone here, especially in Texas.
Right. That's what we're going to try to do.
And then especially the weirdness that you have LA culture and Houston culture. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah. That's good. Man, I like that.
Plus,
I like that.
plus you're also like one of the people that Daniel has presented me. You're probably the one with the most charisma that I've ever met.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, shucks.
definitely.
Yeah. My little brother has a lot of the same things.
He was telling me that
very
earlier.
likable.
He's like, man, he was comparing you to Junior, and I was like, yeah, like it's almost like at any point something could just switch, and then they're mainstream. Like that's kind of how I feel about like your
like
stuff.
Junior, and I feel like you are the same way. Like we can drop you off anywhere, and in less than 5 minutes, you're gonna have people laughing
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
or entertained about a story.
you
or
got to
something.
get your dad on the podcast.
Yeah. Pops is coming. Pops
Dude,
is coming soon.
Junior is so crazy that at one of my friend's wedding, he took the mic from the DJ. He started doing a freestyle, and he had the whole place going.
That's cool.
Oh my God.
He was a little drunk, but
How old is Junior?
he's 27, I think. 27.
Man. When we bring him on as co-host.
There you go, man.
I don't know.
Junior's got a lot in him, man. He's also like, would you say he's like one of the luckiest people in the world too?
Oh yeah, he's very. He just gets lucky. Just
Really?
lucky. He's like my dad. My dad was that way. Like he'll buy a scratch off and win money. He'll place a bet. He'll always win money. He's just very lucky.
We definitely need him here on this podcast. You know.
Nah, but I mean, I really dig the concept, especially like you said, people will look at somebody with tattoos or something and maybe have a different. I don't know. They judge them. They prejudge them.
Right.
Like, oh, this guy's this guy's that, But there is a lot of smart people out there, especially that look like us.
Well, but with the whole tattoos thing, I think I kind of feel like that's going away too because
That's more accepted these days.
yeah,
It's
I think
way
it
more
is. I
accepted.
think it's way more accepted because like even in our in our oil and gas stuff that we did, it wasn't like that towards the end, just
Face tattoos are the thing now.
oh that's crazy.
Face tattoos is like where you're like, oh, this guy's still a criminal or something.
Yeah.
People still judge on that heavily. But
I think you really, to each his own. But I think putting a face tattoo, that's kind of
damn, I was thinking about getting one too.
no. I mean, look, if you're doing something on your own and you're making your own way,
Oh yeah,
do
definitely.
what you want to do.
No, my mom would kill me.
Yeah.
I think moms will be completely disappointed.
She's disappointed that I got the ones I have.
Really?
She hates it.
He has a butterfly tattoo
No,
on
I
the
don't.
bottom.
On the
I do
back?
not have a butterfly tattoo on the back.
What? Live free?
Live free.
I think it says live, laugh, love or something like that.
Oh, like the little things they sell at the home goods store.
Right.
Well,
No.
man, I'm glad you came on, and we're excited about you starting the podcast and Orale podcast. So it'll be interesting. I know you said you're gonna maybe do some different
I'm gonna
things.
put a sign right there. That's about it for now.
Well, I'm glad you're gonna do it. Make some use of this spot, especially since we're not here all the time, and I'll definitely be here shooting it with you, and that way I can kind of. You can get settled in. And
Both of you
stuff.
guys need to jump on the podcast too. What you talking about?
Yeah.
You're gonna leave me by myself.
Man, I don't know.
Can I feature some of the guys that are gonna come on the podcast?
Yeah,
real quick?
absolutely, man.
So our very first podcast, we're gonna have J Loke and
J Lo.
J Loke.
Oh.
No, not J
I was
Loke.
about to say, man.
I'll be
How'd
here.
you bring J Lo in this?
That would be we get ultimate clicks, I guess.
Right.
No, J Loke was one of the OGs back in the day. I don't know if you remember back when like Salty Water Records, Dope House, like they were.
I remember Dope House.
They were always on the radio, and he was around that. So he was that circle.
Wow.
Right? Not Dope House, but he had songs with artists that were playing on the radio back then. And he's coming out with some new music. He got some new music out now, and he's going to be in our first podcast. We're going to be able to chop it up with him. Then we have Jay Salazar up next after him. He's an up-and-coming artist too, and we're going to be able to chop it up with him too. But I'm excited. I think now is the time. I mean, these guys got so much talent. People they don't have the opportunity to show it out there. You know, they're kind of like pick and choose on the radio, and I want to give them an opportunity for people to hear the
And
music.
you're gonna have like up and coming and established people too. Everything?
Oh yeah, whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah, if they want the exposure, they're coming on. Let's go.
What's up.
That's cool.
That's cool. Stay
That's
tuned
right.
for the Orale podcast coming out soon.
That's right.
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the future, what the future's gonna bring. I think it's gonna be a project that's gonna do very well.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got to. I know this podcast kind of short. You know, we're just trying to get back into the groove of it. We actually went in and worked in the shop today. We're working on our van, so we're just kind of like, hey, let's go by there and shoot something. Then I called up Rick. So, but yeah, we'll start trying to get in here a little bit more often.
Yeah, for sure. We have to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck on your adventures, dude.
Well, thank you, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys, that's been the Cohesive Podcast. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the Orale podcast.
That's right, baby.